rolled out last year a new proposed plan for new hires that had not yet gone to City Council, although council members are aware of it and I have shared it with them. Said I would be willing to pull that down. And there are two existing lawsuits that my administration has brought against the pension system. One having to do with the constitutionality of the system, and the other has to do with disclosure of information. Again, should this pass, I would pull both of those lawsuits and the alternate pension plan down from consideration. And we have agreed that because we have a handshake on this, we would work together to see that it gets passed in Austin. There may be other pension reform legislation. Lord knows I have called for pension reform legislation, so it may be percolating out there, but I will not advocate for it. I've made an agreement, and we're going to stand together in saying that this is the best thing for the City of Houston for the next 3 years. And then the fourth element of change is that there was a request by the pension as a benefit to existing firefighters. It has to do with paying mustering out pay on a pre-tax basis rather than an after-tax basis. It's sort of a net wash to the City of Houston, and we agreed to that position. So it's a fairly simple and straightforward agreement, but we think it's a step forward for the City of Houston and our relationship with the Houston Firefighters Relief and Retirement Fund. I am happy to answer any questions you have, and of course the Chief Business Officer for the City of Houston and Finance Director is here if you really want to go down in the weeds on this.
So Mayor, are you just kicking the can down the road here?
Well, I don't see how you can say that. We're actually going to go under this plan from 91% funded today to 95% funded in 3 years. The pension actually asked for a 20-year deal. I said no, I'd like the next mayor to be able to have a chance to really achieve pension reform. So it's a short-term deal. It provides budgetary relief. It shows that the pension has acknowledged that pension costs are a significant detriment and drag on the city's ability to provide services today. So I think it's not what I would have wanted to achieve, but it is a prudent step forward. It's a net positive for the City of Houston. It's not pension reform, and it does not represent a savings to the City of Houston. But it does represent a cost avoidance to the City of Houston.
But cost avoidance today means costs paid higher in the future, does it not?
No. Depends on what the economy does. I think we all understand that if we go back into 2009 again and the bottom falls out of the market and the economy tanks, every pension system, and the other two city pension systems, of course, will be in a much worse place, and we're going to have to reevaluate. If the pensions estimates are true, we're actually going to be in a better place in 3 years than we are today.
But so far this fiscal year, the fund has realized a return of 0.9%, and their assumption says 8.5%. So is that not a concern already?
First of all, this is the pension fund's estimate, and it also acknowledges the fact that they had a really good return year last year. And one of the things that everybody has to understand is that returns vary from year to year. So part of what happened as part of this evaluation is that they went to a market analysis and decided that the fund was healthy enough and that their investments would look to meet their return targets. If the economy tanks, we're going to be back here a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, trying to do something different. But if the economy tanks, we would have been back here anyway.
Mayor, before you take more questions, they probably would like to say something.
Okay. I'm sorry, I should. You know, guys, I'm so used to doing my own press conferences. I apologize.
You were doing fine.
Let me